Welcome to the Allstar Offline Racing Series. We are here with the Cup Series race number 15 and out of 20. Gonna start qualifying, see who gets the pole. After last week's race at Kansas, the championship has closed up a good bit. We have the top 5 drivers within 110 points of each other. And there's a lot of drivers that can still strike. A lot of drivers have a chance to gain some valuable points. We saw a great race last night in the Truck Series here at Chicagoland. Hopefully we have another good race. And then, of course, next week it's Daytona. And Daytona should be a very wild race. It normally is. So these next few weeks could definitely be crucial for some of these teams. Some of the teams that are back here in 10th place all the way down to about 20th. But with 5 races remaining after today, it's starting to get close to who we can start knocking out, of who can win the championship. Right now, I'm going to be very optimistic and say probably the top 25 drivers in points could have a shot at winning the championship, but we'll have to see. Saw Sam Oskin, he had the fastest lap the first time around at first, but Tim Hoffman takes it away so far. Times are very close. First few drivers very close to each other. So the points leader, Sam Oskin, he came into this race 30 points ahead of Matt Riddle. And look at that, Austin Johnson, fast lap there. And he is going to take the pole. Wow. Austin in a completely different dimension on lap times. 2/1000ths of a second faster than Tim Hoffman. So, that could definitely, I don't know, this is going to be a very interesting race. I want to see something real quick. This is Austin Johnson's 4th pole this season. There has not been anybody in the Truck Series, the Cup Series, any series during this season or last season that have had more than 2 poles. So Austin Johnson breaking some records there already. Another pole for him. He has a fast car, it looks like. Sam Oskin fell back to 8th place. So let's go ahead and get ready for this race. Go through the starting lineup for today's event. So Austin Johnson's on the inside there. That is the 32. Beside him is the 3. That is Tim Hoffman, starting in 2nd. Almost got another pole this season. We have the 34 of Bruce Zero. Beside him, the 41. That is Tyrell Resner. The 54 of Evan McCollum. We've got the 22 of Nancy Pryor. We've got the 38 of Axel Zero, the points leader, Sam Oskin. He starts in 8th. 21 of Sahara Rocha, the 1 of Laura Lee Wiebe. We've got the 19 on the inside there, Dylan Eberheimen, and the 42 of Hunter Blade. Hunter Blade, he is 4th in the points. He has worked his way back up in the top 5. He is pretty close to the leader. We got the 43 of Benjamin Wallace, the 20 of Yel Carrillo. We've got the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. He's had an up-and-down season. He is 9th in the points. Benjamin Wallace, right in front of him, he is 8th in the points. We've got the 96. That is Damian Singletary. Behind them, the 6 of Logan Gentry. We got the 95 of Tavis Haken. Tavis has not had a good season in the Cup Series. We've got the 4 of Zach Cronin. The 77 of Steve Pollard. We've got the 9 of Brendan Hancock. The 88 of Muhammad Abdullah. The 62 of John Book, the 17 Callie Hancock. She has worked her way up to 3rd in the points. Got the 81 of Skylar Rocha, the 10. That is, oh my, hold on one second. The 10. Pablo West. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Behind them, the 14, that's Cody Rhodes. The 53, Logan York. Logan, 5th in points. Not doing too bad. We've got the 31, Lindsey Hancock beside her the 12th of April prior. The 36 of Jacob Britt. He's been pretty strong in the last few races. The 8 of Ron Jackson. We've got the 18 of Bean Weeby starting deep in the field. Alongside him is the 51 of Jeremiah Dwayne. The 52 of Robert Pollard. The 11 of Alejandro Rodriguez. The 24 Stephen Pollard III. And the 00 of Alex Alves. Then we've got the points leader Matt Riddle starting on the back into the field. The 37 of Alex Johnson subbing for Alvin Jones. So, second place in points, Matt Riddle. Starting back in 39th. He has a very long way to go today. Green flag is in the air. The 32 of Austin Johnson going to lead them down. Looks like it's a dead even start between him and Tim Hoffman. He does edge ahead of him, but just a little bit. He'll get down into turn number 1. But look at Tim on the outside. A huge run off of turn 2. Tim Hoffman going to take the lead away here at Chicagoland. Last night in the Truck Series, we didn't see the outside line be that fast, but it could be pretty quick today. Already these drivers starting to use the outside. I think there was some contact in the back, but everybody keeps it going forward. So another race that Austin Johnson gets a pole, and he is not going to lead a lap yet. He's going to try to hunt down that 3 of Tim Hoffman. Now we're looking. We don't see a huge run. Look at the 1 of Laura Lee Weeby in the back, kind of the middle part there of the screen. She's getting a huge run down the back stretch. She'll go up top. Try to keep that momentum on the outside line. She's stuck behind the 41 of Tyrell Resner. It is a huge pack of cars here. The top 3 drivers starting to break away. Tim Hoffman, Austin Johnson, and Bruce Zero. And then back here we're seeing 3, almost 4 wide. The 41 of Tyrell Resner. He has not been able to get a run off of the turn. And he is stacking up a lot of the drivers back here. The 1 of Laura Lee Weeby trying to get past him. Seems like she has a pretty fast car. But she is not able to get past that 41. She has nowhere to go. Still a lot of 3 wide as the 3 of Tim Hoffman is continuing to lead this race. Austin Johnson, Bruiser, now Hunter Blade trying to separate themselves from this pack. The 22 of Nancy Pryor has started to pull away a little bit. Go to the back of the field here. We see the 13 of Matt Riddle trying to make some kind of moves, but he has not been able to. Up here we got 4 wide off of turn 4, and they somehow made it work. The 18 of Bean Weeby, the 17 Callie Hancock. We got the 62. A lot of drivers back here. Look at Lindsey Hancock, that 31. She has a huge run down the backstretch as well. A lot of these drivers pulling right up to you, some of the cars that are in this pack. Haven't seen a caution yet. We've been green flagged the entire way. But it's very early in this race. The 41 of Tyrell. He got down to the inside. Now the middle line. Up front, Tim Hoffman, almost a second ahead of Austin Johnson. Behind Austin for third place is Bruiser and Hunter Blade. Oh, there is a caution on the track. Oh, John Book was in it. I think Bean Weeby was in at the 00. That's Alex Alves. He has a lot of damage. That looks like it's Jacob Britt, I think. John Book. Second place in points. Matt Riddle, he got past it from what it looks like. 51 of Robert Pollard. He has some damage. Or that's Jeremiah Dwayne, my bad. Jeremiah Dwayne has some damage. Alejandro Rodriguez. I don't know if Logan York has any damage. So the first caution coming out pretty early here in the Cup Series. This is about when we saw the first caution for the Truck Series. Doesn't look like anybody is going to come down pit road. And we still, this time by, we have 100 laps to go. So a very long way to go in this race. You don't want to really push the issue too early. A couple drivers that were involved in that crash are coming down. Let's go ahead and look at the reason for the caution. Oh, Bean Weeby spun the 11 out. Wow, that was a hard hit. Bean Weeby, the 18, started that crash. He spun Alejandro Rodriguez. And let's watch it slow motion here real quick. So he's just going to get into the back of the 11, and then he turns up into the 62 of John Book, 37 of Alex Johnson. Logan York was involved, Alex Alves. So 6 drivers involved in that crash. But some of the drivers, I don't think the 18 or the 53 have a lot of damage. Let's ride on board with Logan York. It doesn't look like they have a lot of damage. I think they'll be okay. Go ahead and ride on board with Alex Alves now. And he had nowhere to go. Up into the wall very hard. And Alex actually back in this race. I thought he was going to be out of the race, but he's not. The 62 of John Book and the 37 of Alex Johnson, they are both out of the race. Everybody else continues. Look at that 13 of Matt Riddle. He somehow got past that crash. He's up in 33rd position, trying to get to the front. Well, we still have some caution laps. We will be right back. Well, we're probably going to be going back to green in about a lap and a half. But we'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We're back, and we are getting ready for the green flag. Sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties I had to go take care of. Anyway, green flag is in the air. Austin Johnson trying to get past Tim Hoffman. Look at the big move on the inside by the 42. And the 20 of Yale Carrillo. 42 is Hunter Blade. Tim Hoffman will hold on to the lead for now. Battle for second is Hunter Blade trying to get past Austin Johnson. Austin on the outside line. Started on the pole. He fell back to second. Has not led a lap yet. And now Hunter Blade moving up to second. Hunter Blade fourth in the points. Trying to finish ahead of Sam Oskin, Matt Riddle, and Callie Hancock. as well as Logan York. Logan York, 5th place in points. He was involved in that first caution. And all these drivers are back here. The last 3 cars in line are actually involved in that first caution. And a little bit ahead of them, you've got Callie Hancock and Matt Riddle right there. '43 Benjamin Wallace way up the track. I thought he was going to get a good run down the back stretch, but does not look like it. Saban Oskin almost in the top 10. There he is right there, that red and white 2. Right below him is the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. Ryan is trying to get into the top 5 in points. He was there earlier. He's only about 79 points back behind Logan. Right now, though, he is up near the top 5 or top 10 in this race, so he's having a good run so far. See if he can continue to put some good runs together and stay near the front. Back here, Yale Carrillo and Laura Lee Wiebe trying to get past Austin now. As Tim Hoffman at number 3 has led the entire race so far. 42 of Hunter Blade trying to take the lead away. Back here, for some reason, that 00 Alex Alves is able to stay with this pack of cars. He's able to compete and run up here with some of these drivers. He doesn't have a race-winning car, that's for sure, but he is at least holding on to the pack, which is kind of surprising. Up front now, Hunter Blade putting some pressure on the 3 of Tim Hoffman. Hunter Blade's going to go down low and try to take the lead away. Tim Hoffman, a great run in the middle of the turn. He has a very fast car. That's how he got the lead away from Austin Johnson on the first lap. Now here, Hunter Blade on the outside of that turn. Tim went down low. Trying different lines to see which one works better. It's the top 2 drivers pulling away a good bit from the rest of the field. See Austin Johnson back here, trying to hold off Yale Carrillo. Yale has a pretty fast car. I think he has a little bit faster car than the 32. Also Dylan Eberheim and Laura Lee Wiebe, they're right there trying to get past that 32 car. '42 of Hunter Blade looking down low again, but he has not been able to pull right up with that 3. If he can get on the back bumper and maybe try it out of the turn, like here in the tri-oval, this could be good for him. There's a car in the wall further back here, and a car in the grass. That's the 10 of Pablo West. He's going to merge back up the track. Oh, and he makes contact with the 43. And around goes the 24, the 77. And the caution's back out here at Chicagoland. Second caution of the day. That was the 43, Benjamin Wallace, that got tagged by the 10 of Pablo West. 24, Stephen Pollard III, he has some damage. And racing back to the line, Tim Hoffman will take the lead back from the 42. So Tim continuing to lead here at Chicagoland. I'm not sure how that started. I think I saw the 9 of Brendan Hancock hit the wall. There he is. Let's see if he has any damage on the right side of his car. I think Brendan hit the wall out of 4, and Pablo checked up and tried to go down low. Yeah, there's a lot of damage on the side of that number 9. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And Pablo just went down low to try to avoid the crash. And once he merged back up the track, him and the 43 made contact. In the meantime, we have pit stops now. Everybody coming down. They're still going to have to make, I believe, one more pit stop, depending on when they go back to green and how many cautions they have. So can Tim Hoffman get out of pit road first, or will it be a different driver? Will we have a strategy call here? So it's going to be Tim Hoffman, Hunter Blade, and Yel Carrillo, Austin Johnson, and Laura Lee Wiebe, and then everybody else. So let's go back and look at the reason for the caution. We basically saw it happen, but go ahead and watch Pablo West. So it started back here on the backstretch. Watch the 9. Brendan Hancock up top. Zach Cronin went right in the middle of the 9 and the 48, and then Brendan got a huge run. Hit the wall, though, and then the 10 just went down low. I think Pablo thought there might have been a crash started, and then you saw the 43 tag the 10, and the 21 Sahara Rocha, she got a little bit of damage. I think the 77 might have as well of Steve Pollard. So he's already merging up the track. They make contact. 21 did get some damage. The 77 did as well. I'm pretty sure that 77 car got damaged. Let's watch on board with Steve Pollard. See what he saw there. So the 10's down low. And he was in that grass, and that's just, there's no grip there. Wow, Steve Pollard actually made it past without any damage. He did lose a few positions, but that's not too bad. So out of the race, the 10 of Pablo West. The 43 Benjamin Wallace is back out on the track. He is a lap down, though. He'll be slow on the restart, so this should be a pretty wild restart when we get back to green. The pace lights are off on the pace car, so next time by we'll get the green flag. Logan York back in 32nd position. He's 5th in points. He's trying to work his way to the front. Sahara Rocha's back there in 35th. She got a little bit of damage from that crash. Callie Hancock back in 27th position. Points leader Matt Riddle, he is up, second place in points. Matt Riddle, he is up to 18th place. Skylar Roach is in 20th place. These are all drivers within the top 10. And up in the top 10, the points leader, Samet Oskin, he's in 9th place. Yeah, Samet felt like he lost the championship last season. I forget who had wrecked him. Somebody wrecked him going into the first turn at Homestead. We only had about 15 laps to go. Samet was in contention to either take the points lead away from Sahara Rocha or barely miss it by a few points. But he was up in the top 5, top 10 all day, and he wrecked. And right now, Samet Oskin, nearing the end of the championship, is out front in the standings. So he's trying to hold on to that and try to get his first championship win. Meanwhile, the green flag in the air, we're going to watch the 43 of Benjamin Wallace as the top 3 or maybe 4 drivers get past Benjamin. Benjamin Wallace very slow. He is going to slow the back half of this field down. Looks like about the top 10 drivers are going to get past. Now the 43 in the middle, and he is going to start slowing a lot of these drivers down. Up at the front of the field, a huge battle for the lead. Yel Carrillo gets past past Hunter Blade, trying to get past Tim Hoffman. Hunter Blade's up top now, riding right behind the 3 of Tim Hoffman. The 32 of Austin Johnson working his way back towards the front. Started first, but his best finish, or his best spot he's been in after the first lap has been second or worse. 42 of Hunter Blade now down below Tim Hoffman. He almost made some contact there. Looks like he might be able to get it done in this turn. He is side by side with Tim Hoffman. Down low, but Tim gets a huge run again off of the turn. Tim Hoffman has not been able to be, has not been able to been passed yet. So some of the damaged cars, like the 00 Alex Alves, he is still working his way through some traffic. You see Matt Riddle restarted up there in 12th place, or near the front. He is dropping really far back now. Matt back in 24th, and he is still falling on an outside line. Out of turn 4, the 42 of Hunter Blade trying to catch the 3 of Tim Hoffman again. Try to get a run on him. We've got 80 laps to go here at Chicagoland. Tim, though, he has been so good through the turns. You saw how big of a run that 3 got in the middle of that turn and on the exit of it. Hunter Blade has not been able to execute his turns the same way. Now Hunter Blade under fire from the 20 of Yale Carrillo. Yale Carrillo going to go down low, try to get past Hunter Blade. Evan McCollum, that 54, trying to work his way into the top 5. Battling the 1 of Laura Lee Wiebe. Evan McCollum, another driver, he's in 7th place in the points, and he is having a great run so far. 7th place in points, and he is 161 points back. So a top 5 position for him right now would be really good. Possibly get him within about 80 points or so of the points leader, depending on where the rest of the field finishes. Off of turn 4, Hunter Blade again right on the back bumper of the 3, Tim Hoffman. They're just about equal. Tim is really good in 1 and 2, and then Hunter is pretty good in 3 and 4. I don't know if Hunter Blade's just kind of maintaining his equipment, trying to wait for the perfect opportunity to get past that 3 car. If you're side by side battling with another driver for too long, you're going to wear your tires out pretty quick. The 42 underneath the 3. But Tim's still holding on to that race lead. Top 3 drivers have pulled away from 4th place. Austin Johnson trying to hold off the 54, the 22, the 1, and the 6. Austin back there in 4th place. I feel like that number 32 car, I feel like he's a little slower than the rest of these cars. And that's why these top 3 drivers are pulling away. Look at 42 of Hunter Blade on the outside now. Tried to make a move on Tim Hoffman. He still is on the outside. Hunter Blade searching around a little bit. Moving his line up just a little bit more than that 3 of Tim Hoffman. Yale Carrillo right here as well. Look at the 42 now up top. He is going to try to pass Tim Hoffman on the outside. Hunter Blade, huge run down off of turn number 4. Side by side with the 3. He should have the preferred line in turns 1 and 2. Tim Hoffman has led every lap so far. Here comes Hunter Blade now on the outside. Tim trying to hold on the inside, but Hunter Blade going to get past the 3 of Tim Hoffman. So new race leader now, Hunter Blade. He went to the outside to pass that 3. And that definitely worked for him. So Hunter Blade out front. Now Tim Hoffman falling back to 2nd. That's where he started, was 2nd. Was able to get the lead on lap number 1. The 20 of Yale Carrillo. He is right behind Tim. He is in 3rd place, not having a bad run today. However, he needs to have a really good run. He has had 6 DNF. Or no. My bad. He is Yo Carrillo. Yeah, he's had 60 DNFs this season. 2 top 10 finishes for that number 20. He is back in 35th in the points. So top 3 position for him. Pretty good. Back here, Austin Johnson still trying to hold on to 4th. Behind him, Nancy Pryor on the outside, the 22. Her teammate, the 2 of Sam Oskin. One of her teammates. Oh, they're racing a little hard there. A little aggressive. Here comes the 2 of Sam Oskin now through the middle. Sam Oskin going to try to take both positions away. Try to take 5th place. Here comes the 48 of Ryan Benjamin now on the inside line. So the 2 of Sam Oskin gets past the 22 and the 54 for now. '54 of Evan McCollum has not been able to get past these drivers. He's still stuck behind them as the top 3 continue to pull away from this whole group of cars. They're almost 3 seconds ahead of 4th place. 54 Evan McCollum all over the track. Almost gotten to the side of the 2. Hunter Blade starting to pull away. He has a little over a half a second lead over Tim Hoffman. Tim, though, trying to close that gap in. About 3 seconds separates them from 4th place. Let's go all the way to the back of the field. You see Benjamin Wallace pretty slow on the track. Stephen Pollard the 3rd, he is in 36th position. In front of him is the 8 of Ron Jackson. The 17 of Callie Hancock, she's in 34th, not having a good run today. Whatever they did on pit stops did not work out for her. It's like, I don't know if she's slower on the track or what, but 00 Alex Alves was involved in that crash. The first crash, he is back in 33rd. In front of him, the 18 of Bean Weeby. Bean has a little bit of damage from that crash. He isn't running too well yet. See if he can get towards the front. The 53 of Logan York back in 29th place. In front of him, the 13 of Matt Riddle. Matt's in now 28th place, I believe. Both drivers are in the top 5 in points. Right now, Matt Riddle, Callie Hancock, and Logan York not having good runs. They are all in the back of the field. Even the 26th place driver, Sahara Rocha, the number 21 car, she is 9th in points. Or I'm sorry, she's, where's she at? No, she's back in 14th in points. She's not having a good run. Muhammad Abdullah back here. Jacob Britt. None of these drivers having good runs. They're trying to get to the front. But right now, it's just not happening. Go a little further up front here. See the 9 of Brendan Hancock. Brendan in 21st place. He has his damage fixed. He's trying to work his way back to the front. Up here a little bit more, the 81 Skylar Rocha in 14th place. He is 6th place in points. Trying to get to the front. He's basically there, but he has a lot of cars in front of him that are battling. Back up here, the 2 of Sam Oskin in 10th place. Battling the 4 of Zach Cronin. Zach going to get past him for now. Maybe even the 1 of Laura Lee Wiebe. 54 Evan McCollum, the top 10 for him so far. Ryan Benjamin's moving up towards the top 5. He might have 5th place here very shortly. He's going to get a good run off of turn 4. Try to carry that momentum in turns 1 and 2. Ryan Benjamin up to 5th. What about the driver in 4th place? The 52 of Robert Pollard. Haven't really heard from him at all this season. He's back in 32nd place in points. Having a great run. He's only had 1 top 5, 2 top 10 finishes. He's had 5 DNFs this season, and he has 2 poles. I'm sorry, 1 pole. But the DNFs are killing him. Right now, though, he's in 4th place, 3.5 seconds back. Top 3 drivers have pulled away. And now they're going to catch that 43 Benjamin Wallace. Where's Benjamin going to go? Where are the leaders going to go? Well, the 42 of Hunter Blade thought he was going to try down low. He's going to stay behind that 43 for now. Now Hunter Blade going to go down low and get past that 43 car. Top 3 drivers should be able to navigate past these lap cars pretty easily. But once Benjamin falls back to about the 4th or 5th place driver, it could be chaos back there. Hunter Blade did lose a little bit of time trying to pass the 43. The 3 of Tim Hoffman had a little bit of issues as well. Yale Carrillo going to go down low. So the top 3 drivers, still a little bit of a gap between all of them. 43 Benjamin Wallace, wow. Huge run off the turn. And he almost pulled right up to the back of that 20 car. But he is going to fall back. He has a good, looks like a good handling car in the turns, but he does not have the speed on the straightaways. Tim Hoffman catching back up to the 42, Hunter Blade. Hunter Blade's been in the lead for about 10 laps. Tim Hoffman led every other lap besides that 42. Tim is catching him a little bit. See if he can get back there and start battling for the lead again. We have a caution. It's on the front stretch. It looks like it's going to be a big crash. Oh my gosh, it's a huge crash. The 13 of Matt Riddle's in it. Oh, they're going to hit him. Oh, and Matt Riddle gets hit by a lot of drivers. The 53's in it. The 19 to 38. The 8's in it. The 24, I think the 17 of Callie Hancock, she got damage. Huge crash. 00 Alex Alice, he was in it. Matt Riddle, heavy damage. I think his race is probably going to be done. 2nd place driver in points. There's the 8 of Ron Jackson. He has a lot of damage. The 38, that's Axel Zero. The 53, Logan York. Logan wasn't having a great run, but he was in 5th in points, and he is definitely going to fall now. I don't know what happened back there. That's the 19 of Dylan Eberheimen. Whoa. Callie Hancock, Stephen Pollard slowed down. The 00 almost slammed in the back of them. Well, the race leader's coming down pit road. Looks like the top 3 drivers have a huge advantage as Logan York held up 4th place on back. So not sure what happened there for this caution, the 3rd caution of the race. That was a huge crash, though. We'll go back here very shortly and show you guys that. And 42 almost made some contact. Looks like Hunter Blade will get out front first, or out of pit road first, then Tim Hoffman, Yale Carrillo. It looks like it's about the same all the way back. Robert Pollard, the 48, the 22. 51, Jeremiah Dwayne, he made a lot of ground up in pit road. He was back in 19th. He is in the top 10 now. So Jeremiah Dwayne having a great pit stop. Well, Matt Riddle, the 13, is back out on the track. Doesn't look like he has a lot of damage, but there's probably a lot wrong mechanically. Let's go ahead and look what happened. So it looked like this happened way up here. 34 of Brew Zero, he was turned around first. That's the 96, Damian Singletary behind him. 34 just got turned by the 96, and oh, 88 had a hard hit. A lot of drivers with some hard hits there, and then the track just closes up. Skylar Rocha was involved in that, one of the championship contenders. Oh, Logan York, Matt Riddle, they had a lot of damage. And then watch the hit here with the 13. The 8, the 17, a lot of drivers hit. Matt Riddle had a lot of damage there. So watch again. These drivers back here, they had nowhere to go. It was basically try to get past if you're lucky, and then, ooh, Logan York, hard hit. The 19, Dylan Eberheimen. Well, let's ride on board with a couple drivers, see what they saw. Go ahead and ride on board with some of the drivers back here first. Ride on board with Callie Hancock, as she saw a lot after the crash started happening. Scary sight when you see smoke like this in the front stretch, especially at this track. Didn't seem like she hit too hard, but it probably was a harder hit than it looked. Let's ride on board with the 53 of Logan York. Ooh, Logan right in the back of Skylar. And up into that deadly wall. Oh, and the 19 hit him again. My gosh, there was a lot of hard hits. Right on board with the 19 now of Dylan Eberheimen. Hold on for this ride. Oh. Like 3 hits so far that were pretty hard, then a 4th hit. And then some more hits there. Wow. Dylan Eberheimen's race is going to definitely be done. Right on board with the 24, Stephen Pollard. I think he made it through without any issues. He was all the way in the back here. The hole opened up for him. And we are back to green flag. Here we go. So Hunter Blade out front. A lot of drivers on the inside, a lap down. You see a lot of drivers out of the race, too. We'll go through all this stuff here very shortly. As a battle for second place, Yale Carrillo gets past Tim Hoffman. Big stack up in the back of the field. The lap cars slowing each other down. Tim Hoffman going to get past Yale Carrillo on the outside. We go back here. Look at this. 3 and 4 wide out of turn number 4. A couple drivers go to the grass. There was a couple cars that hit the wall. Will they merge up into the pack? Oh, Callie Hancock almost got hit by the 12. Everybody made it past without issues there. Look at the 52. Robert Pollard now up to 3rd place. As Yale Carrillo falls back to 5th. So let's go through the cars that are out of the race from that wreck. The 34 Bruiser, the 53 of Logan York, the 96 Damian Singletary, the 19 Dylan Eberheimen, the 38 of Axel Zero. All out of the race. 32 cars left. And you've got Benjamin Wallace, Matt Riddle, and Ron Jackson that are a lap or more down. 29 drivers on the lead lap. Battle for second place as Robert Pollard and Nancy Pryor have caught the 3 of Tim Hoffman. Nancy Pryor pushing that 52 of Robert Pollard down the front stretch. Robert not going to get enough of a run off of turn 2, though. Tim Hoffman will continue to hold on to second place. Here comes the 22 now of Nancy Pryor on the outside line. She is going to get a huge run off of turn 4. But where does she go with her run? She's going to try down low. Tim Hoffman has been really good up top. And Tim trying to get past that 42 now of Hunter Blade. He has a huge run going into 3. He's going to go down low, but his run is going to stall out. The 42 is going to power further ahead of the 3, Tim Hoffman. And that stacks up third place on back now. 20 of Yokerillo trying to get past Robert Pollard on the inside. Robert on the outside line. Here comes Nancy Pryor now underneath Tim Hoffman. She had a huge run again. Tim, though, going to power back past her, but Nancy's still there on the inside. Tim's going to go up top. Nancy to the bottom. Hunter Blade on the inside line. Hunter Blade might get passed by Tim Hoffman now. Battle for the race lead. Side by side for the lead at Chicagoland. Tim Hoffman has led the majority of the laps. Hunter Blade had led about the last 25 or so laps. Hunter Blade falls back to second, now back to third. As now everybody going to get past that 42. Here comes Robert Pollard and Samet Oskin now, trying to split the 42 in the middle. Samet going to get a huge run off of turn 4. He might pass both of those drivers. Samet Oskin from 5th to 3rd in one lap, in one turn. Now the 3, Tim Hoffman back out front. The 22, Nancy Pryor, trying to get past him. Behind the top 2 drivers, there's the 2 of Samet Oskin, and then the 42, Hunter Blade. 42 and the 20 trying to work their way back into the top 3. Nancy Pryor going to try to go up top. That 3 is mirroring everything that 22 is doing. The 22 goes down low. That's where the 3 is going to go. But this is allowing the 2 of Samet Oskin now to catch up to these 2 drivers. Nancy going to go down low. Samet going to go with Nancy. Tim is going to get that huge run off of turn 4, though. See a lot of the drivers that are damaged now. They're off the pace. Not a lot of drivers left. This is the battle here for second. Nancy Pryor up top now. She might get a good run off the turn. Samet Oskin on the inside. The teammates, the 22 and the 2, trying to work together to get past this 3. Now Samet Oskin going to go down low. Nancy going to block, though. Tim Hoffman trying to hold them off. Battling behind the top 3 drivers for 4th place. As Logan York has now moved into 4th. Again on the inside, look at the 22, Nancy Pryor. She is almost clear of the 3 of Tim Hoffman. So Nancy Pryor now to the front. Here comes the 2 of Samet Oskin. Tim Hoffman could not make it stick on the outside line. Normally that outside, you get a huge run off the turn. And 1st and 2nd place now are the 22 and the 2. Able to get past Tim. Give it about 10 more laps, and Matt Riddle should be another lap down. He's running in 31st right now. Benjamin Wallace ahead of him. Not in position, but on the track. Trying to get past the 8 of Ron Jackson. You see Ron with a lot of damage to the right side of his car. These drivers were involved in that last crash. And back here, the 24, Stephen Pollard III. He's in 28th, trying to get past Bean Weeby for 27th. Bean has some damage, so does that 24. 36 of Jacob Britt somehow has been able to keep his car on the track after all the crashes. Jacob running in 23rd, and 22nd is the 9 of Brendan Hancock. Look at the mess of cars up here. And And of some of these drivers, the 81 Skylar Rocha, the 17 of Callie Hancock, two of the points contenders. Look at the 51 Jeremiah Dwayne. He's in this pack. I don't know how he's been able to make his way up here in the top 15. All these drivers, though, are from about 11th place to about 20th place. Actually, to about 23rd place. A lot of battling happening here. Everyone just trying to keep their cars somewhat clean, or cleaner at least. The pole sitter, Austin Johnson, he's back in this mess. He's in 12th place, not having a bad run. With all the cars out of the race, a lot of these drivers are just trying to finish the race and gain some points. 88 Muhammad Abdullah way up the track. In front of these drivers, in front of Sahara Rocha, is the 4 of Zach Cronin. And then way up the track, here is the 54 of Evan McCollum, the 52, the 42, the 48, and the 6. And then you got the top 4 drivers up here. Look at Yo Carrillo. He is moving, trying to get to that 3 of Tim Hoffman. Yo Carrillo catching the leaders. Tim staying about the same distance away. Sam Odoskin trying to get a win. He does not have a win yet this season. All the way down on the inside, trying to get past the 22. And as these drivers are battling, the 3 of Tim Hoffman is catching back up to them. And so has the 20 of Yo Carrillo. Sam Odoskin has been very aggressive in this race and in this whole season in general, and that's why he is the points leader, but no wins yet. Trying to get his first win today. Now Nancy Pryor has pulled away a little bit, and they are catching Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle came into this race second in the points. He's definitely going to fall a few positions. We don't know where he's going to end up at. Probably about 5th or 6th. He almost makes contact with the leader of Nancy Pryor. Nancy went up top, and I don't know if Matt Riddle got the memo to go down low, but he went up top as well, and they almost crashed. Now the rest of the leader is going to get past the 13. And Matt Riddle going to pull down in front of the 20 of Yo Carrillo. Now Yo going to try to get past him. He is going to get past him on the front stretch. Matt Riddle was involved in that last crash, that huge crash on lap 50. I don't think any of these drivers are going to have an issue getting past Matt Riddle, but all these drivers back here, I think, are going to have an issue, and I think that could cause the next caution. There's some more drivers on the front stretch that are about to get past. Some more of the top 10 drivers are getting past Matt Riddle. Some of them are having some issues, like that 42 Hunter Blade. Evan McCollum in 9th place. He's going to get past him, and then about 4 more seconds back is 10th place. The top 9 drivers are single file and a little bit spread out in the top 9 positions. The rest of the cars, though, from 10th place on to about 23rd, they are in a huge pack. Well, they're kind of spread out too now, but they are still kind of running together. Austin Johnson trying to move up. He's getting past the 1 of Laura Lee Wiebe. There's a 13 of Matt Riddle, though. They're catching him very quick. We're watching this part here on the track, but the leaders, wow, look at that. Yo Carrillo, huge move down the backstretch to get past Tim Hoffman. The leaders are going to catch some more lap traffic soon, so we'll tune into that. Matt Riddle, though, has been caught by 10th place. 10th and 11th place get past him, but now a huge wad of cars coming pretty quick. Austin Johnson had to slow down a little bit. The 17 of Callie Hancock as well. I think all these drivers are going to get past Matt Riddle without any issues. We go to the front of the field here. The 22, Nancy Pryor, and the 2 of Sam Adoskin, still first and second. Still battling for third place. The 20 of Yale Carrillo, Tim Hoffman on the inside, and here comes Logan York now, moving into this battle. This is a battle for third. So here are the next drivers that are going to go a lap down. Tim Hoffman continuing to fall back as now Logan Gentry gets past him. Tim back to 5th place. Running in 6th place is Ryan Benjamin. He is going to try to get past Tim. Try to get a top 5 finish for that 48 team. They have 2 top 5 finishes this season, but a lot of crashes and some DNFs. But that team is in 9th place. Oh, the leader hit the 8 of Ron Jackson. Almost sent Ron around. I think this is when the leaders and the rest of the field are going to have some issues because there's 2 lap cars here. Nancy Pryor bobbing and weaving past some of these drivers. The 2 of Sam Oskin is going to lose a lot of ground and some momentum. He got past the 8 of Ron Jackson, but now has to get past the 43. He's now a little over a half a second back. Now Yale Carrillo gets past Ron Jackson. He has yet to get past Benjamin Wallace. Logan Gentry almost in the back of Ron. These lap cars getting in the way. So 25 laps to go. This time by it's going to be 24 laps. It's getting a little dicey here with the 43 and the 8. See how fast they are in the turn, though. Benjamin Wallace going to get past all of those drivers again. And then, of course, he's going to be slow on the front stretch. Yale Carrillo has nowhere to go. This is definitely stacking up this part of the pack. 2.5 seconds back. The top 2 drivers pulling away. 3 wide now for third place. Benjamin Wallace on the outside, slowing the 6. Here comes the 48, Ryan Benjamin. He gets past Tim Hoffman. Can he get past the lap cars? Logan Gentry still can't get past that 43. Benjamin Wallace all over the track. Now down low. Yale Carrillo did get past. He is third. Looks like 4th place now is going to be Logan Gentry, and 5th is going to be the 48, Ryan Benjamin, once they can get past this lap traffic. Tim Hoffman now on the inside of Ryan. He's going to try to take the position away. Ryan might get a pretty good run off the turn, though. Here comes that 52, Robert Pollard, yet again. He's trying to work his way back into top 5. Well, first place, Nancy Pryor and Sam Adoskin are a second apart. And then they're about 2.5 seconds apart, or away from the 20 of Yale Carrillo. Ryan Benjamin and Robert Pollard getting a huge run off of turn 2. Ryan's going to clear both of those drivers. Now Robert Pollard. Whoa. Ryan Benjamin coming down pit road. Is this a scheduled pit stop? This might be a little early for scheduled pit stops. The 20 of Yale Carrillo is now on the apron. Third place is having issues. What is wrong with him? Have to see if he can get back to the start-finish line. This could throw a caution. And this could be really bad for the 48 of Ryan Benjamin. He is going to go a lap down, I think. Oh, the 21, Sahara Roach is in. These could be green flag pit stops. The 20 of Yo Carrillo trying to make it back to pit lane. This obviously is going to take him out of contention of the race. If the 20 can get past turns 3 and 4 and come down pit road, we will stay green. Looks like he is under power somewhat. Yo Carrillo, though, is going to go a lap down before he even gets to pit road. Yo Carrillo does make it in. Bean Weeby, Muhammad Abdullah, they're now on pit road. So I believe these are green flag pit stops that are happening, as more and more drivers are now coming down pit road. Jeremiah Dwayne, I thought he was going to come down, but nope. Bean Weeby, Muhammad Abdullah, and many others. Everyone trying to, I guess, short pit. Try to get some faster lap times in before the leaders and everybody else come down pit road. If it stays green, I think everyone else has to pit. So this could be a very interesting point of this race. We haven't seen a whole lot of green flag pit stops this season. So 23 drivers on the lead lap. Bean Weeby is now on the track. Not sure where the 20 of Yo Carrillo went. Trying to figure out where he is on the track. I think Yo Carrillo might have retired. Oh, they're showing him 2 laps down. I'm not sure where he is, but he is apparently on the track still. Oh, there he is. So yeah, Yo Carrillo back in the race, but he is multiple laps down. And the 22, Nancy Pryor, right behind them. So he is about 3 laps down now. I'm assuming that 20 had a flat tire on the front stretch coming into turn 1. He limped it all the way around. Lost a lap just by doing that. Now the 18, the 20, the 88, the 21, the 48, they all have fresher tires. So it's going to be interesting to see where they come out after these pit stops. Will we have anybody that tries to make it without coming down pit road? See, the 48, he did take tires. He already came down pit road, and all these drivers he's passing did not pit. You see how much faster that 48 car is. Ryan Benjamin, very fast right now. He is trying to gain as much ground as he can, because if the rest of these drivers have to pit, Ryan Benjamin could be the race leader. So, Sam and Oskin about 2 seconds away from Nancy Pryor. Then you go to third place, who's almost 4.5 seconds back. Robert Pollard's back here as well. There's the 54, Evan McCollum. Tim Hoffman, and Tim's fallen back to 6th. Hunter Blade in 7th place. He's about 6.5 seconds back now. And back here, this pack of cars has caught the lap traffic. The 8 of Ron Jackson, the 43 Benjamin Wallace. And that is stacking up all of these drivers. The damaged cars, they're getting huge runs off of the turn. But then on the straightaways, they are losing so much ground. Ryan Benjamin's back in this mess. He's trying to get past these cars as fast and quick as he can without wrecking one of them or without being involved in a wreck. Ryan Benjamin at 48, very fast. He has been able to work his way past just about everybody. 13 laps to go. Man, look at Ryan's runs that he's getting down the backstretch. This is how fast his car is compared to the other drivers on worn tires. Ryan, now fresh tires, he is able to maneuver his car left and right. Man, oh man. Now, if we get a caution, Ryan Benjamin going to be in a lot of trouble, I believe. No lap traffic at all for the 22 of Nancy Pryor. We do know they have to come down pit road at some point. Yo Carrillo and Bean Weeby, They're moving past some drivers, and look at this mess of cars up here. This is where Ryan Benjamin just was. This is where the 43 still is. One of the damaged cars that's multiple laps down at this point in the race. Sahara Rocha, she has fresh tires. So does that 88 of Muhammad Abdullah. These drivers trying to get past all of this action. 41 of Tyra Resner hit the wall at some point. He has a lot of damage to the right side of his car. Sahara Rocha going to easily get past the rest of those cars. This is around the top 10. This is from, I think, still 10th on back to about 22nd place. Actually, I'd say about 20th place it is. Ryan Benjamin has passed all of those drivers. Ryan Benjamin, he is only one lap down, so... And now, after he gets past this 00, he'll be the first car one lap down. And all Ryan has to do is catch the 42, these few cars here, and then he'll be at the race lead. Well, he'll be with the race leaders. Race leader coming off of turn 4 is Ryan, going to enter turn 3. Ryan Benjamin, a very fast car. He is shaving a few seconds off a lap. 8 laps to go. Whoa, look at this mess up here. 13 of Matt Riddle slowing these cars here down. This is 3rd place. Now Robert Pollard takes it away from the 52, or from the 6 of Logan Gentry. The 52 is Robert Pollard. Up front, Nancy Pryor still leading this race. Sam Odoskin catching Nancy. That time by, they were even. They had the exact... Well, no. Samet was a little bit faster. So 7 laps to go. Can they make it on fuel? Or will they all have to pit? If they have to pit, I believe that 48 is going to be the race leader. Ryan Benjamin trying to get a win tonight. He doesn't have a win yet this season. 6 laps to go for the leader. In the meantime, Ryan Benjamin has caught all of these drivers. Ryan is going to unlap himself almost. I'm telling you, if the 22 has to pit, Ryan Benjamin will be the race leader. But none of these drivers have come down pit road. It's been about 10 or 15 laps. Muhammad Abdullah and Sahara Rocha, they're moving through the field as well. They're in 25th place. Muhammad back in 27th. Ryan Benjamin has caught this group of cars. These are the top 5 drivers here. Ryan Benjamin now has the 3rd place driver in sight right in front of him. He is going to get past Robert very easily. I think everyone's going to probably stay out and try to make it the rest of the way. I mean, we only have 4 laps to go. Race leader right in front of Ryan Benjamin. Sam Odoskin trying to catch the 22 of Nancy Pryor. Nancy Pryor has been out front for a very long time tonight, trying to get the lead, well, trying to get the win. 3 laps to go. And Ryan Benjamin is closing in on the 2nd and 1st place drivers. But I think time has run out. I don't think these drivers are going to have to pit. I think they can make it on fuel. Nancy Pryor now 2 laps to go. Look at Ryan Benjamin, the speed he has compared to 2nd place. And Ryan right on the back bumper of Sam Odoskin. Now can they make it all the way around on fuel without running out? Nancy Pryor still out front. Ryan Benjamin has passed Sam Odoskin. Ryan Benjamin a huge run off of 4. Ryan's going to unlap himself before the end of this race. One more lap to go for the race leader of Nancy Pryor. Here comes Ryan to unlap himself. Nancy Pryor off of turn 2. So far, she has enough fuel. Ryan Benjamin did unlap himself, which is not going to help him too much in this race. He'll finish 24th, I believe. And Nancy Pryor off of turn number 4. She will have enough fuel to go all the way. And Nancy Pryor going to get her first win this season. Nancy Pryor came into this race 15th in points. She will definitely gain some points today. She will win Sam Odoskin second place. Still without a win, but a 4th top 5 for him. Everyone else battling back to the line. And Robert Pollard got another top 5 finish. That's a second top 5 of his season. See the 88 of Muhammad Abdullah and the 21 Sahara Rocha almost unlapped themselves. Whoa, there was a crash on the front stretch. That's the 51 of Jeremiah Dwayne. The crash happening after the checkered flag. What in the world happened here? Alejandro Rodriguez underneath of Jeremiah. Oh, Jeremiah clipped the 43 and they just spin out, hit the wall hard. So some action at the end of this race. See Ryan going past, but he's already past the start-finish line. So Nancy Pryor, Sam Odoskin, Robert Pollard, Logan Gentry, and Tim Hoffman, the top 5. Unfortunate for Ryan Benjamin. He was near the top 10, in the top 5 and 10 actually, most of the race. He'll finish back in 24th. That was a good strategy call. If everyone else would have had to come down pit road, he almost he could have won his first race. I mean, that's what you got to do, though. You got to try different things, and a few drivers came with him. Once the 48 came down pit road, you saw the 21, the 88, the 18. Who else? The 20 had to come down pit road. So a few drivers did come down. They had good ideas, but everyone else was able to make it on fuel. So the points should definitely be interesting today. Sam Odoskin obviously going to be the points leader still after today's race. Matt Riddle going to fall back. Callie Hancock, she finished 15th. Hunter Blade, he finished in 7th. Logan York, unfortunately, pretty far back. He finished 36th out of the race. So a lot of drivers having good days, a lot of them having bad days. Let's go ahead and see what the points are like after race number 15. So the points after race 15 have changed pretty drastically once again. Sam Odoskin now has a 98-point lead over second. Hunter Blade moved into second. Callie Hancock stays in third. Matt Riddle fell back to fourth. You see Skylar up in 5th place now. Evan McCollum gained a position. Logan lost 2 positions. He's still in striking distance, though. And then Nancy Pryor, with her win, she goes from 15th to 8th in the points. A lot of drivers with wins are starting to creep into the top 10. Tim Hoffman up to 9th place. Unfortunately, Sahara Rocha, one of the big losers tonight, she lost 2 positions. Sorry, that's Bruiser. That's one of the bigger losers tonight. He loses 6 positions. And then losing 10 positions is the 37, Alex Johnson, subbing for Alvin Jones. He lost 10 positions today. He was in the top 10. And unfortunately, Ryan Benjamin, he fell back a position. He lost some points. But you see Hunter Blade, 98 points back. And a lot of these drivers are like 130, 170 or so points, all the way back to like 300 and some odd points with 5 races to go. I don't know how well this is going to work out for some of these drivers back here. These drivers could be close to being eliminated from contention. Sam Odoskin, a 2nd place finish for his 4th top 5, 9th top 10 for him. He does not have a pole or a win yet, and we go to Daytona next week, so Daytona could definitely show us who is in contention to win a championship and who is not. Austin Johnson getting his 4th pole this season. Unfortunately, he has had 7 DNFs and 15 starts. So he is pretty far back. I would say some of these drivers here are out of contention. Unless they have really good runs and continuously finish in the top 5 and top 10, I think they're all out. But we'll have to see what happens after Daytona. You can gain about 120, 130 points on somebody in a race, depending on if they wreck and if you finish first. You almost have to finish first and have them finish last in order to gain about 130, 140 points. So, realistically speaking, I would say about 26th place probably is the cutoff on who could win the championship. But it just depends. It depends on how Daytona goes. Daytona is going to be a very wild race. But until then, we will see you guys next week. We've got the ARCA series coming back this coming week. And they only have 2 races left in their series. They've got the Roval and then Eldora. We've been trying to get the tracks ready for the end of the season for all 3 series. That's why we haven't been able to post a whole lot as of late. And the ARCA's kind of been put on hold. So, we'll see what happens. We've got the Roval race, hopefully, in the ARCA series coming up this week. And then we've got the truck and the cup race at Daytona. Then we take a week off and we go to Richmond for the cup series. The truck takes a week off. And then we got the final 3 races after Richmond. Roval, ISM, and Homestead. We're getting close to the end of the season. We've got one of every track coming up for the Cup Series. So it should be a pretty wild season. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. Have a great night. Stay safe, everyone.